Hey everybody! Welcome to a special Saturday showing of a Glasshouse Films review.
Yeah.
So as the three of you who watched the previous review probably know, we're gonna go watch It Comes at Night.
Yes.
A24's new horror film, which stars Joel Edgerton, whom I am a big fan of. So I don't know much about this film, and I kind of want to keep it that way. I'll tell you guys the premise of the film when we come back from it, but right now I'm going in pretty blind. I've only seen the trailer that is
their teaser trailer.
Yeah, which is basically just some people talking in voiceover as they zoom in on this red door and then a bunch of weird images.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, screw it. I got faith in these people, so let's watch it. And the thing that I'm kind of curious about is what the "it" refers to. And just over time, I don't know if this is true or not, so don't assume this, but I almost think it might be a weird take on like vampire stuff.
I could see that. I mean, we're kind of in the same boat.
Yeah.
I've only seen that teaser trailer, and that's been on purpose because the teaser trailer just sold me immediately. Well, that, and it was by A24.
Yeah.
And they're
Don't even know the director.
Don't even know the director. It's done by A24. I've yet to see a movie they've produced that I haven't liked.
Yeah.
They did my favorite film of last year, Moonlight, which, amazing. But I could kind of see that be a thing. It's possible.
Yeah.
Especially, I know a little more about, like, I have a general idea, like, the premise of it. And so I'm like, okay, maybe that could work, but that I don't want to say, like, anything until we've seen the movie.
Yes.
So.
I have heard a lot of good praise about it so far. There's been a lot of people on Twitter that are raving about it. But they've been saying the right things, not like your typical horror movie, not your typical horror movie praise, like, it scared me so bad, horrifying, blah, blah, blah. Like, what I've been hearing is, like, it's dark and oppressive and, like, ominous, and I'm just sitting back going, all right, those are the words that us horror nerds want to hear.
Because we're kind of the same way. We don't like horror movies where there are a lot of jump scares.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like they're cheap. That's why I don't like horror movies like Annabelle. Because they're just, in my opinion, they're just not that great.
Upon.
Yeah, but I think a good horror...
AKA Monkey's Paw.
I feel like for me, a good horror movie relies a lot on its writing. So I feel like if the writing's good in this, then hopefully it's a good movie.
Yeah.
But I'm just excited.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's scary.
Cool.
Crossing our fingers.
All right. We'll be back after we see it.
Yeah. Let's go.
I just want to talk. And I want honest answers. Do you have any idea what's going on out there?
Because I'm ready to talk about this film. How about you?
Let's talk about it.
We're going to talk about this film now. All right.
I can already tell you got some feels.
I'm going to tell you the first third of this film. I'm not going to go play by play, but I'm going to tell you what it comes to and then where the film goes from there. Before that, I'm going to preface it with this. You might consider that and this next thing as spoiler. If so, I'll put a timestamp to click on to get to more just the review itself. Starting now. The "it" in It Comes at Night is a metaphorical one. Do not expect monsters. The other thing is that, again, just to get the story out of the way, it is two families having to coexist in a world where I guess the bubonic plague is a thing again.
That's kind of what I was getting. They never come out and say exactly what it is.
And that isn't a plot point necessarily.
It just sets up the environment so you know why these people are, why this family's in this house, why this other family comes there, and why other things happen.
And the other family coming there, it takes time from the movie, but that also isn't what the movie's about.
Yeah.
So that's it. Now we're going to get back to actual thoughts and criticisms on the film. So, and now if you clicked on that thing, now you should be at this part of the review where we're not going to discuss any more plot details. It's going to be more how the film was, how it worked.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on the film?
I really liked it. It was very different than what I thought it was going to be.
Yes.
Very different, but that might be because, like we said, we'd only seen like a teaser trailer. Like, I didn't know a lot about it, but I went in knowing that I wasn't going to know a lot about it, because that's how I feel with a lot of horror movies. The less I know, the better it works for me. Either I get more scared or I'm more involved in the movie because I want to know what is going to happen and like what all these things mean. That's
very much an A24 thing, is that their trailers don't give you plot points. They want to express more how the film will feel.
Yeah.
And I like the way that's done. I mean, it isn't casual disregard for plot points, but this is the feeling that we're going to give you with the film. Now you go in and you discover the plot. And I like that. I very much like that philosophy, but sometimes I feel as if that is to the detriment of, or could be to the detriment of some movies. This is not one of them. Yeah, so I will say it's definitely not. I was hoping it'd be scary, and it wasn't scary for me. But I could see how maybe certain parts, I wouldn't even say elicit scares from people, but I could see how some parts could be like, oh, that makes me like jump a little. It ratchets up the tension very well. Yeah, it is a tense film. I would also say, so I've noticed with other horror movies, A24 has done like The Witch and like Green Room. They're not meant to be these like really scary movies where you scream a lot and you come out and you're like, man, like I'm not gonna be able to sleep at night because I'm so scared. It definitely though affects like how you think about things. Like it's more, I don't even know like the right word to say. It feels closer to something like a Twilight Zone episode. Yeah, I would say that's a better. In that it doesn't. It's not gonna, as Sarah said, it's not gonna scare the pants off you. It's not like The Void, or even, well, we reviewed Void, but we didn't review Get Out. It's not like either of those two. Yeah. It presents a situation. It's more a mind scare. Well, it presents a situation and then wants you to think about that situation in regards to your own life and your perspective. Like I'm thinking, like I know this is a movie I'm going to think about later on and try and figure out what these certain things mean. Oh, there is a wealth of metaphors. Not David Lynchian metaphors where it's like, what does the blue rose mean? No, there are meanings that you can impart onto it, and there are definitely, again, it's really difficult to talk about that aspect without getting into the plot. So I'll leave it at that. A24 from the other, I feel like they pick scripts that do that really well, that are more like horror suspense films with these metaphors that make viewers think about it later on, because it sticks with the viewers and has a longer lasting impact. And not only that, but it's also the delivery. So this is, in a lot of ways, what makes this film work, if you're looking at it from purely an infection or outbreak type perspective, all the characters are smart. You're not dealing with idiots, and a lot of the times when there's a situation that has arisen and it's like, okay, everybody's a little hot, maybe we need to take a minute.
Everyone's really pretty level-headed too.
But when they get to those points,
Yeah.
they know how to back off. There are no petty squabbles. And it's very, as I said, the characters are very smart. Like, everything Joel Edgerton was doing in the film, I'm like, that's how I would be doing this.
Yeah, like it's not when you
Not personally, it is when you watch horror movies and you're like, why don't they just do this? He does those things.
Yeah, or when you watch a horror movie and you're yelling at the characters like, don't go in there, don't do that. You never have to do this in that movie because they think about things. For the most part, they think about things before they're going to do them.
And I think because of that, it allows you to really get into what could this film mean to me, and that works. And the script itself,
I really liked it.
It's a very sparse script. It isn't a silent film, but it isn't jam-packed. It's not an audio drama.
Yeah, and they do that on purpose, obviously, to make you think about these things.
It does that to really concentrate on every word that they say. And there was a thing that I caught in there that I pointed out to you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And I appreciated that because in a way it pays off. Like its pacing and the way that it delivers the film, it pays off if you're paying attention. And again, it's not one of those things where you have to be sitting there and like taking notes like, what could this mean? It's just, if you give the movie your attention,
it pays off.
You will be pleased by what the film has to offer.
But I will say, like, if you're expecting a movie where you're going to get super scared or where everything's explained for you, that's not the movie for you. This isn't the movie for you.
It definitely had a sense of dread and oppression.
Yeah.
The film itself, though, so we've droned on and on about the feelings and blah, blah, blah. The acting was really good.
From everybody.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
Like there's a child in the film.
He's probably like 5, maybe 6.
Yeah. And the thing is the film uses that child very well. And the film never gives you an opportunity to go, well, he's not a good actor. Like he's given just enough to do for a child actor to work.
And still do a good job.
And I feel like a lot of this was built on the back of Joel Edgerton. And this is one of those movies that I'm like, oh, finally, another movie that I can point to go, this is why I think everybody needs to pay attention to Joel Edgerton. He's a really good actor.
He was really
good. And I'm sick of people sleeping on him. I want more movies with him in it.
But the whole cast, like, they all worked really well together, especially because you have these two families. And so each family, like, the dynamics between these family members and their own family, and then when you have this other family with them too.
But it's not an obvious X versus Y situation either. It's not the snooty family versus the survivalist family.
Like not at all.
Yeah. It's more nuanced than that. And that's this film's one of its biggest strengths is how nuanced it is. I also feel like I don't know how you would do this film without doing it digital. Because I think that everything in this film, if it wasn't lit by daylight, I think it was all lit by like Coleman lanterns.
Yeah, which was actually really cool.
It added to that atmosphere of the film.
Yeah, a feeling like you're there in this house with them and you're in the environment that they're in.
And the film also doesn't get bogged down with day-to-day details. And yeah, it really worked very well. And it's a film that I think definitely liked it a lot more than The Mummy. I think that
it's honestly one of my favorite movies of the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
To be honest.
I don't know if you need to run out and see this in cinemas. If you like to support movies while they're in the cinema, go do that.
Especially if you like to support companies like A24.
Yes.
Because even though they've been around for a few years, they're only just now starting to be more well known.
Because of Moonlight.
Yeah, because of Moonlight. Because Moonlight won the Oscar for Best Picture.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they're starting to be a little more well known.
Yeah.
So if you feel like supporting them, which I think you should, then definitely do so.
And if you're still a little hesitant on that, buy it when it comes out on DVD. Don't rent it. Buy it.
Yeah.
I do think this film is very good, and I want to see more of this director's work as he progresses.
I'd like to see what else he does. He's done one other movie before.
Yes.
Do you remember what it was called?
I think it's called Krisha or something like that.
And from what I've heard, it's really good.
Yeah.
But I would like to see what else he has in mind. Like, does he want to do more like horror suspense kind of films like this, or does he have like? Is there like another direction he wants to go?
So Krisha is very much more a familial drama film.
Yeah.
And I feel like in this you can see, oh, he might have been working how you do that well, how you do that nuanced, use very little dialogue to get your points across. I feel like he might have been working that through in that movie and then moved it over here. But as I said, I think it's good. I think it's not necessary to see it in cinemas, but it's good to support films in cinemas.
I also really liked the music that they did for it too. It's nothing, like it's not music you're gonna be like, oh man, like I hear this later, this is from It Comes at Night.
It works very well.
But it works really well, and I like being able to hear music in cinema, so that's another plus for me for going as well.
Yeah.
And it's not like a movie you could like watch and have on in the background and be doing other things. You need to pay attention.
Yeah.
So if you don't see this in theaters, when you watch it at home, like, pay attention to it.
Yes.
So, but I liked it. I thought it was good.
Absolutely. So we're gonna, once I shut this camera off, we're gonna discuss more of the film.
Yeah, things we can't say on camera.
So, what comes out next week?
You're seeing Cars 3.
Ah, damn it. Yeah, I just remembered. Cars 3. Oh, crap. All right, so stick around for Cars 3 next week, or not. But I do appreciate everyone who watched this. Please like and subscribe. Share this with your friends or family. Tell them not to go see The Mummy and instead go see It Comes at Night.
And if you have, like, if you disagree with us at any point, like, let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Like, we'd love to have a discussion about what works in these movies, what doesn't work in these movies as well.
So until then, youtube.com/glassfilmshouse, facebook.com/glasshousefilms, and Twitter @glasshousefilms. Thanks, and see y'all next time.